Songket, A Journey to Remember dibawakan khas untuk anda oleh SK2. Rahsia kecantikan abadi. Terengganu, sebuah negeri di pantai timur Malaysia yang boleh berbangga dengan pantai yang indah, yang kaya dengan budaya tradisi orang Melayu.
When you think Terengganu, you think keropok lekor. When you think Terengganu, you think Songket. When you think Songket, you think Biba. Now, going back to the roots of the traditional Malay Songket, Puan Biba set up her factory in Terengganu in a small village called Kampung Ru Rengge. Now, here she trained her master weavers from scratch, and after years of perseverance, her efforts are beginning to fruit. Sabrina, your mother, Puan Biba, and it's a partnership in the Songket business, in the Songket industry. How long has your mum been involved with Songket?
When at first she was working with the government in Kelantan. Then she stopped there. That was about 20 years ago. Then she started her own business.
And when did you join her?
About 2 years ago after
2 years
university.
ago.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Tell me a little bit about your mother's journey with Songket. I mean, she started 20 years ago. People know your mother as somebody who's been involved in Songket for a while now, and who's one of the more prominent Songket designers. Tell us a little bit about your mother's story.
Okay. I think one of the reasons she quit also because of her passion specifically for Songket textile, but specifically for Songket. So when she went, she decided to start her own because she wants to express more of what she wants to do as a textile designer. So she started a little in a small, I think 3 weavers on her own, and then she started creating her own creations, experimenting from one colored thread to multicolored thread.
So was your mother like one of the first people to sort of introduce the colored thread,
I think so. I should say so, because people then was not very adventurous into doing this. So she was passionate about it. She tried to experiment.
And I can see that her designs, she still conserves the traditional pattern. From what I see, I mean, the designs that your mother has, they've got bigger patterns. And is it because she designs also for it to be like an art piece? Because I can see some frames here of Songket. Is that the type of Songket she produces?
Actually, she designs for. At first, it was for sarong, for samping, and then when she go experimenting with designs and colors, then it's actually up to her if she thinks that these designs prefer to be bigger and bold, and it's not specifically for wall panel, but it can be anything you want. You can be as to wear or as to for wall panel, but with the value actually comes from her is when she's designing it, not specifically for one thing.
So she doesn't really get her inspiration from anything. It's just how she feels in that moment, and she just creates. She comes up with something.
Not for the specific products.
It was a real pity that we didn't get to meet Puan Biba in person. I mean, I would have personally liked to meet the person behind these very creative designs of hers. Puan Biba is definitely one of the key person in the industry who has brought life back to Songket. with her designs that are rich in colors and motifs and a combination of contemporary and traditional motifs. She's definitely established herself, on an international level with her daughter, who's also marketing the whole brand of Biba. Now, hopefully, and I think her daughter does share the same passion, and hopefully this legacy will go on for a few generations to come.
Nur Atikah Songket adalah satu nama yang cukup sinonim dengan perusahaan Songket negeri Terengganu. Mula bertapak sejak awal 70-an lagi, sehingga kini telah menjangkau lebih dari 30 tahun dalam perusahaan Songket dan batik.
A friend of mine told me that if I was ever in Terengganu looking for Songket, that I should check out a shop that's been here since 1976 opposite Istana Mazia. So since I'm in Terengganu, I thought, why not pay a visit? And here I am at Nur Atikah Songket. Okay, Nur Atikah Songket has been going on for this. You're the 5th generation.
Yes.
So, how did you preserve the legacy for so many? Now your generation. How have you? What are you doing to preserve this legacy?
Dalam pada hari ini, Songket ini adalah generasi daripada ibu saya, yang mana telah mewarisi dua orang saya yang sulung, abang yang bongsu, abang yang sulung dengan yang bongsu. Jadi daripada sini asalnya saya bekerja dengan mak saya, iaitu Hajah Atikah, iaitu dikenali dengan Atikah Songket. Setelah dalam pengalaman dalam 6 tahun bekerja dengannya, dalam tahun 76 beliau telah membesarkan perniagaan beliau, dan dia serahkan perniagaan ini kepada saya dengan nilai harga lebih kurang dalam RM25,000 berhutang. Daripada situlah jadi dia telah membuka main perniagaan dia di Kampung Pelarusa dengan pengusahanya tersendiri, dan saya diberi sebagai marketing bahagian promotion. Jadi saya tambahkan sedikit, iaitu nama Nur di depan, Nur Atikah Songket. Jadi Songket-Songket ni semakin hari semakin diminati orang. Jadi sebahagiannya saya hantar kepada Kuala Lumpur ataupun Johor ataupun di mana yang mereka permintaan daripada pihak saya tu.
So siapa yang design semua dia?
Ini ialah satu keseimbangan terhadap isteri saya. Setelah saja dia nampak ini satu perniagaan yang agak bagus, jadi design yang terkini dia buat. Jadi dia buat Malaysia sekarang ni yang paling top sekali adalah design yang jenis berpokok dia orang panggil.
Contemporary. Tapi ada juga design yang tradisional.
Tradisional di samping itu. Daripada situ kalau kita bayangkan Songket yang ini dia punya design sini saja. Dia river saja, apa river, dia datang dia river balik daripada besar ke kecil kita balikkan sini. Tapi design ini dia punya design dia besar ni. Kalau dibandingkan dengan blok tu, ini lebih kurang dalam 400 lebih dia punya stages. Ini dalam 30 saja. Tetapi ini adalah untuk perempuan yang rasa agak untuk menunjukkan fashion sedikit daripada itu. Ini adalah satu kelainan lah kalau kita tengok daripada Songket selalunya baju kebaya, baju kurung kan. Ini ialah daripada baju-baju moden. Ini cara tak langsung dapat memasarkan Songket di bukan kalangan Melayu. InsyaAllah. Jadi Songket ini dia memang ada networking yang kuat antara mereka design, penyokek design, penyokek bunga, penenun yang mahal. Jadi networking kuat. Jadi akhir kata saya selalunya beri satu rangkap pantun, iaitu hidup kita yang berpakat baru ia jadi kuat. Murah rezeki keluar zakat baru ia jadi berkat. InsyaAllah selamat dunia akhirat. Sekian.
young girl, Noria Ashari used to follow her mother during the sales calls of her handwoven brocade and Songket business. Now, this traditional business has been in the family for over 4 generations. However, it was only in the early 70s that Noria's mother, Puan Atika, registered and founded Atika Songket in Terengganu. Now, my journey in Terengganu has brought me to KL, where we're going to see how Noria has maintained the family legacy. Kak Noria, we're here in your shop in Taman Tun, and I believe this is the only shop where you can find Songket that is by a Songket manufacturer, right? So tell me, where did your passion for Songket, when did it begin?
Okey, sebelum kami pindah ke Kuala Lumpur dalam tahun 93, saya like every 3 months saya ulang alik ke Kuala Lumpur lah nak memenuhi permintaan pelanggan ya, Songket. Jadi bila kami pindah tahun 93, saya selalu buat promosi di luar, macam Bangsa Shopping Centre, saya pergi UMNO Assembly, ada promosi di mana-mana, saya selalu bawa Songket untuk dipromosikan. Bila dah saya buat promosi, customer selalu tanya di mana boleh didapati Songket Atika Songket. Bila saya kata, oh saya operate from home. Oh, operate from home, dia kata, oh, it means you exist in KL, tapi dia orang tak tahu.
Generally, you have to go to Terengganu if you want to find Songket, because it's really difficult to come across fine Songket here in Kuala Lumpur.
Pasal di Terengganu, kebanyakan pengusaha Songket, I think 80% operate
Dekat
from home, daripada rumah,
ya.
sebagaimana arwah mak saya ya. Jadi saya masih kekalkan konsep rumah, walaupun sebenarnya ianya adalah kedai.
And anyway, you dekat sini pun ada feel macam dekat Terengganu, kan? Ada that whole hospitality of Terengganu. When I was in Terengganu, it's everywhere we went, semua orang very friendly, the hospitality, everything. So sini pun rasa macam tu lah. So anything else? I mean, here I see that you've got a picture of 5 young beautiful ladies. Ni bila gambar ni bila?
Ini sebenarnya tahun
Tahun berapa? Jangan cakap bila.
Okay.
Tahun aja.
Tahun 78.
Tahun 78.
Tahun 78 ketika itu saya berada di dalam tingkatan 4.
Aha.
Yang mana pada hari ini anak saya pula yang dalam tingkatan 4 jadi model Songket untuk perniagaan saya. Dulu saya jadi model untuk ibu saya, arwah ibu lah.
But your weavers are all still in Terengganu?
Semua di Terengganu. Jadi saya berulang-alik ke Terengganu sebulan sekali lah minimum.
But it's a good thing about the shop is that people can come in, like just now we saw, they can come in and you have stock. So they can come and choose whatever they want, and then semua ada kat sini kan, ada kain untuk buat baju Melayu juga, ada. So that's a good thing about having the shop here.
Saya pastikan apa yang diorang nak tu kalau boleh ada, because di sini kami sediakan Songket daripada RM100 sehingga RM18,000. Kalau nak yang elok betul, yang bunga-bunga ke apa macam mana, saya selalu minta lebih awal. Kalau kita buat tak kena dengan kehendaknya, kita boleh redo. Itu yang kita minta awal. And then sometimes we cannot start immediately.
No.
Because kalau yang elok betul, because they pay for the quality, so they expect good things.
Yeah.
So kalau kita tak boleh bagi weaver yang sembarangan. So kalau weaver yang expert ni agak limited. Jadi kadang-kadang kita queue. Pasal probably sebelum tu kita dah start yang lain. Kita nak guna weaver yang sama, kita kena tunggu dia.
I've always wondered how the cottage industry worked, and also what is the relationship between the weavers and the manufacturers? You know, that day when we were in Terengganu, and we went to the village and we saw the weavers, it was just so so nice to see how everybody, like your brother and your sister-in-law and yourself, and the people who are, you know, the weavers in the kampung, how everybody just got along like a big family. I mean, how has that always been like that? And has it always been like, you know, a family?
Yeah, that's how we develop our relationship with the weavers. Because, like I told you, when I was in primary school, I used to follow my mother. So they themselves is about my mother's age. So now most of them are old, then they pass down to
Their children.
their children. So that's why you can see most of the weavers are about my age. Because the mothers are all old, they don't weave anymore, but the children now, the daughters, are my weavers. So we are still like family lah, relationship masih
family.
Family, walaupun yang setengah tu mother dah tak ada pun masih. Memang kami cottage industry memang macam tu. Kami develop kami punya talian macam family. So kami tak rasa asing ya, antara majikan dengan pekerja, kami tak rasa asing.
That's true.
Jadi memang anak-anak pun dari sekarang saya, bila kami balik ke kampung, bagi dia orang kenalkan dengan weavers ni semua. Jadi pekerja sendiri pun merasakan kami bukan sahaja majikan tetapi tempat mereka bergantung. Ya, kalau mereka dalam kesempitan ke untuk mendapatkan wang pendahuluan atau nak minta pertolongan. Jadi
macam keluarga lah,
macam keluarga. Memang kami dari dulu macam tu, daripada nenek saya dulu. Daripada nenek saya dulu memang kami dengan pekerja kami macam keluarga. Tak seperti yang kalau kata satu kilang ya, satu kilang
business,
dia ada penyelia,
pekerja,
ada manager semua, tak ada. Kami direct terus. Cumanya macam jangan tengok hari tu ya, satu kampung tu ada weavers kat situ, dan surrounding tu pun ada weavers semua ya. Cuma kadang-kadang agak sukar bagi kami nak deal dengan semua weaver. Jadi dalam satu kelompok dia ada satu ketua. Jadi kalau kami nak salurkan, kami boleh salurkan melalui ketua
dia jaga juga semua.
Dia jaga semua-semua ni lah. Tapi kalau kami buat macam visit macam hari tu, kami boleh jumpalah siapa yang ada di situ.
So that's how you can maintain also family. You can move on from family to family and all that, because you keep that family element kan. It's like
some of them very loyal.
Yes.
Kalau mak dah tak bertenun, anak dia pun bertenun
kan
untuk kami.
The common element there is with the three Songket manufacturers that we just saw is that all three of them have managed to maintain this legacy that, you know, has been going on for generations in their family, either by bringing their children into the picture now or by, you know, continuing what their parents had built. Now, I got to see also how this cottage industry works, and it's amazing to see how it's not just, you know, the families building this heritage and maintaining this heritage, but also the weavers, how it goes from generation to generation, from their grandmother to the actual weavers, and soon we're going to see their children also continuing this weaving. Now, for me, I'll never be able to look at a Songket again without thinking about everything that happened in the last few days in Terengganu, about, you know, the friendliness of people, the hospitality, the great food, and also just how everything is, you know, comes from this family background, this whole passion that happens within, you know, family and generations. And I think these are the secrets of maintaining Songket that is very important. Which leads me also to say that, you know, the other thing that we need to maintain is also our skin. Now that's why SK2 has all the different products that helps you to maintain your skin and to preserve your skin at no matter what age. Okay, so what's this machine?
So this is going to analyze your skin from 4 different concerns.
Okay.
So with regards to concerns of dehydration, texture, you have like some roughness here, right? And then some
fine lines,
here. And you also notice that some lines. Okay, so I just want to reconfirm on your basic care first. You do use makeup remover.
Yes.
You cleanse.
Yes.
And then you tone.
Yes.
Okay, these 3 steps are very important. And then we have the essence, which you use religiously twice a day, day and night. Okay, and then on top of that, you have whitening.
I do.
Okay, and then you have moisturizing. And and then we need to protect. So this is the lipstick and this is the makeup that's on our face.
Okay.
Now why there's two strips is because to show the difference between removing makeup properly and just cleansing
Okay,
very fast.
alright.
So then this is our cleansing gel. So it's now turned to oil. Yeah. So the next step is to add a little bit of water, right, so that it emulsifies.
Yes.
Next is the cleanser. Now it's important that when we use the cleanser, that we create the rich foam. Yeah. And then just gently wash. And normally with the foaming cleanser, you should not wash more than 2 minutes. It's like 2-3 rounds, yeah? And then you wash off. So the next step is of course to rinse off. Okay, may I have your other hand?
It's
Just by
lighter.
cleansing, you can see the difference. Okay. Next step is the toner. Okay. And a lot of women don't realize the importance of the toner because they think it will dry up the face. Actually, our toner does not contain any alcohol. It's made up of 3 different alpha hydroxy acids to soften and remove the surface cell. So to that amount, you can see the impression.
Okay.
So you would.
Banyaknya.
Okay. So that when you use the cotton, you just pat, and this helps penetration so well. Okay. So the next one is
The whitening
because you
sauce.
have
Pigmentation.
recent concerns on pigmentation, is whitening sauce. Okay. So normally you just take a little bit, 1 small pump, but I'm just showing you less than that, right? Just to let you feel the texture and how fast it penetrates into the skin. So I think the best set for you to take care of your dehydration is this set. Yeah? Because with this set, you've got the big bottle of facial treatment essence, you've got the 6-pack of facial treatment mask, and you get these 2 items for free, which is the facial treatment repair seat.
SK2 Facial Treatment Essence mengekalkan kulit yang bersih berseri seawal usia 20-an, 30-an dan 40-an. SK2 rahsia kecantikan abadi.
As a young girl, lupa nama. Passing on, of weaving. Now, last weavers, the 3 last weavers, but Songket ni last.
Songket A Journey to Remember itu tadi dibawakan khas untuk anda oleh SK2. Rahsia kecantikan abadi.